Hey, hi, hello, welcome back. I'm Heather, or if you're one of my students, Miss Postawait. And finally, I have set up my reading journal. It has taken me like a month to do it. And like everybody else, I fell in love with this journal. And so when I saw Archer and Olive had a reading journal that had the bookshelf on it, I fell in love. Unfortunately, I fell in love. Sorry, my cat is on my lap. Let's say hello. Hi, Mochi. Hello. Yeah, so we're getting all the tail. So when I fell in love was sometime in like late September, early October, and of course it was on back order. Okay, it's my Christmas gift anyway, so I was able to order it for Christmas and it got here the day before. So last year, 2025, I actually had a month early for my gift and I was able to work on it over time. I've just been doing December and January, like hard mode, setting it up. I'm very excited. I'm glad that it's ready. And I thought you might like to go through it with me and flip through. So I hope you find inspiration in it and maybe some fun ideas. Please feel free to ask questions in the comments below. And if you are just here to see the flip through, you're going to want to go to the end of the video and I have the chapters down below and just find the one that says flip through and then you don't have to listen to me super chit chat. I'll just put music on. Hey guys, this is Editing Heather coming in to just say I realize it's March. I realize that it has taken me a long time to get this out and I'm sorry about that. I really do need to get it out because I've got to start filling it in with a whole bunch of stuff. I've got February to do. I've got to finish up January. I'm way behind and that's fine. Life keeps lifing and things keep happening and the reality is I just haven't felt authentically able to come on here and like talk about books and talk about this stuff. But the world just keeps on turning and things keep happening and I can't control that. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this video out and move forward, enjoying the things that I enjoy and not waiting for, I don't know what I am even waiting for because it's not getting better. Yeah. So, Editing Heather here just to say hi, it's March and here's my reading journal and enjoy and sorry for the delay and yeah, hope you like it. Anyway, yeah, let's do this. I'm really excited and I hope you're having a good reading year. Hey guys, I am so excited to walk you through my setup for my reading journal. So to start off, I love having a easy name page. I did glue the other page to it so that it kind of solidifies and opens. I like to make this into a pocket because every year I just carry over. I made this like my second year making reading journals. I laminated it and it has just been a game changer when you don't want to have to count dots all the time. So I just keep it, it's old and it's hashed, but on the back, because I print out covers and I put them into the reading journal, I needed like a standardized size. And so I kept that there and then I cut them out so that I could kind of make sure as I was setting them up that I had the right ones. And then I have this saved in Canva so that I can measure my books, what sizes I need for them. It's not perfect, but it's good. And then I keep it here. This year I added this because of a certain spread in here. I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting over a cold. I have allergies and my voice is a little weird. Okay, so these are the colors that I'm using for something and so it's kind of my cheat sheet. So it's also right here and has room for more stuff. And then I got these stickers. I don't even remember where I got them, but it's like tons of sheets of glittery gold lettering, and I was able to use that quite a bit. I was looking to see if I could find them because it's just multiple sheets of gold stickers. It's been so helpful. And I love gold sparkle glitter. Well, if I see them, I will show you. Anyway, I have a theme this year. I went with something a little different, and it kind of connects back to teaching. And because I'm a reading and writing teacher, this was especially something that means a lot to me. And so I don't know if you've heard the concept of mirrors, windows, and doors and what they are with books. But this quote comes from Dr. Bishop. And so I was going to read the quote, and then you'll see throughout my layouts, I have incorporated mirrors and doors and windows. It says, books are sometimes windows offering views of worlds that may be real or imagined, familiar or strange. These windows are also sliding glass doors. Readers have only to walk through in imagination to become part of whatever world has been created or recreated by the author. When the lighting conditions are just right, however, a window can also be a mirror. Literature transforms human experience and reflects it back to us. And in that reflection, we can see our own lives and experiences as part of a larger human experience. Reading them becomes a means of self-affirmation, and readers often seek their mirrors in books. This is just something near and dear to my heart as we teach kids to enjoy books and the reason why we're drawn to them. So, for the first time ever, I am going to also have an index. I found myself so lost in my last one. I'd be looking for something and I couldn't find it. And so I am starting my index. I still need to number the pages, and then I'm just going to do that with the first half where I've done all the reading challenges and that kind of thing. I'm not going to worry about January, February, March, April. That's not something that's hard to find, but some of these other ones can be. So I'm going to do an index. There's those letters again. And this is that Coffee Monster, I think is her name. Anyway, love this washi. This was something new that I was trying. I'm really excited about this. So it's a mosaic reading log, and I've seen people do this, and they have squares, and the idea is that you can rate your book in multiple ways, all on one page. And because of my theme, I couldn't just do it the normal way, which was already pretty intense. Nope, I had to create windows. And so I'm hoping that in the end, it's going to kind of look like stained glass windows. Well, hello, darling. Come here. Oh, yes, I'm glad you're here. So this is where those tombos come in, because I am going to have a rating system where I can rate each book on 4 things. And so they'll be in this order in the window. So in this upper corner will be my rating, my star rating. And then in this one up here is going to be the age category. So was it adult, YA, middle grade, or children's? Down here is going to be what format did I read it in, physical, audiobook, ebook, or mixed. And then genres. I'm not sure if I left myself enough with the genres, but this is the main ones that I read, sometimes reluctantly. But yeah, so I'm really excited to just put those in. I've actually read 2 books so far. No, 3. I finished one today. I have 3 books to read or to put in here and kind of see how this works. But I was really excited about this. And I found this cute book stick stamp at Daiso. I was really excited to find that and use it a lot. So I'm stamping. It's not perfect. I'm okay with that. But I'm really excited to see how this works. So because I did all of these ratings here, when we get to my library, I did things differently. I got obsessed with the idea of having like a bookstore for my bookshelf. And so I really searched. I went on Etsy and I found art that people have, like clip art, for different bookstore kind of faces. And I just found one that I really loved. I added my own stickers there a little bit. So that it felt like when we walked into it, it was a bookstore. And so that was the theme where I was going there. I have kind of my beautiful, I love these stickers. And then made the window to kind of match the window here. Anyway, it was a try. It was an effort. But because I've already, with this part, got all these ratings and things that I would have normally done when I was coloring a book here, I decided to go with a month. That way I can kind of see very visually on here how many books I'm reading in a month and kind of simplify that. So I'm excited. I definitely lowered my book count. So if I need to add more books, I tried to leave myself a little bit of room so I could add a few more books, but I'm not aiming for as high of a number as I did last year. So here's my reading log, again, the gold stickers. This was the other big change. I wanted this super close to this. I found myself constantly looking for this to update these two pages. Like they're so connected for me because here's where I record everything that I decided I would just put them together. So I guess you're not actually seeing, here I am talking about the window and you can't even see the window. So I tried to make the window look like the window. I think I did an okay job. So this is nice and easy access. I have 104. If I need to add more, I can add more. And I'm not sure. I thought I might put quotes here, but I'm finding that I'm really focused on paying more attention to what my books are saying. And so I'm finding a lot more quotes this year. I've only read 3 books and I already have like another place where I'm recording quotes and that kind of thing. So this would never be enough space for what I'm doing with that. So we'll see. Again, with that theme, I decided to turn my little spaces for my monthly favorites into mirrors. And so I'll just put the book cover on top. I'll cover up the mirror. It's okay. And then this year, instead of doing the brackets, which I did do, and I will do a different video where if you want to see the flip through of my 2025, I can show you. But I decided I wanted to try the matrix. I left myself, I think, 16 letters so that it didn't have to be, these are my favorite books. What if one of these is the best book of the month, but it's not really a 5-star and maybe doesn't deserve to be here? But maybe I read 2 5-stars in February. So I liked this idea. I'm excited to try it. And I made one small mistake here. I didn't leave space for the winner, like the book winner. I can always put it here, I think. But the nice thing is the very next page is where I would have my awards and my yearly stats. This page didn't work very well for me in 2025, so I've shrunk it down. I only have 6, and this will be the best book. So it's going to be very easy to see which one won because I'll put it right there. This is my book clubs. I am still in 5. They're not all going very well, but we're trying. I did just finish a book for here, and I'm in the middle of a book for this one, and we are deciding what book we're reading for that one, and I haven't started the book there, and we haven't picked a book. So, hey, I'm doing great. And I went with coffee girls and a coffee theme, and I have a mirror and a window and a window. So this is where I've got the year-long reading challenge, and I'm very excited about that. I think I'm just going to come in here later on when I'm feeling creative and add more to this, but this was good enough today. This was just good enough. So these are my year-long challenges. I tend to go overboard, and yeah, I own that. So The first one is actually from my previous one. These were both authors, and these cards were actually in my previous book. So I just moved them and did a little more of a dedicated page to each author. And I did actually read 3 books by Kelly Yang later in the year. I really enjoyed that series, and I'm going to continue. Sharon Draper is at the top of my list in priorities, so she has a huge backlist, and I'm so excited to read her stuff. But this is her quote: "What's right isn't always popular, and what's popular isn't always right." So very excited to read more from her. And then this is a quote from one of her books: "It's going to be okay. I'll make friends. If I don't, I'll borrow books from the library," which pretty much sums me up. So, moving on, I joined the anti-brain rot reading challenge. This has been all over Instagram and YouTube, and I'm really excited to be doing it. And I will put the link because I'm not remembering. It's The Story Ain't Over is, I think, the tag of her YouTube channel. This Story Ain't Over, but I'll put it on so you can see this and join it if you would like. But just fighting that doom scrolling and just getting back into what's important and what we value. And so there's a bunch of rules with it, just figuring out how to prioritize that you're really reading and not just I don't know, existing and escaping and not putting your brain into it. Reading is different for everybody, but so reading daily for 45 minutes with annotating, I'm really enjoying that. Read an article on a topic of interest, a minimum 1 per month. That's easy. I probably read 1-2 a week. Rule 3 is 50-50 BIPOC authors, and I'm going to stick so much to this. Yes, that's 100% commitment. So that's consistency. Then we've got mindful consumption, and just changing up your genres. I'm going to be doing all of that, but not only am I doing this, I want all of those to be BIPOC authors. So I can't count them unless they're BIPOC, for me personally. This side, it's very busy and I don't love it, but hey, here we are. Rule 5 is just changing up the formats. So you're trying something new, play or poetry collection, a graphic novel, an anthology, or a short story, or an essay collection, and then a translated book. And then rule 6 is trying to really be mindful of your representation. So reading books with queer LGBTQIAP+ main characters, making sure there's disability representation. I have one today that I finished. Author is not from or in North America, so getting out of my little neck of the woods. A Black author who is alive. That's easy for me, but I know that that was a very good qualifier. An Indigenous author, a Swana author, but just focusing so that we're getting authors from all over. A Latinx author, an East Asian or Southeast Asian author, but trying to not get the ones that are so overly available and that we often read. So instead of it being a Chinese, Japanese, or Korean author, look for others. And then a South Asian author, and again, because the representation for India is very overwhelming, maybe look for other authors. So I think it's just allowing you to look outside of what is readily and easily available and see what's out there. And I'm really excited to do this. And I didn't really leave myself room for like putting down where these books are fitting. So I'm thinking I'm not only going to like check them off, but I'll put the number so that it'll correlate back to my reading list back here. Yes. So if it was like book 2, I can not only check it off, but write the book 2. I'm having so much trouble with the washi on this page. Okay. The next one, last year I failed so hard. I tried to do 25 in 2025 of trans authors, and I think I got 6 or 7. So I realized that I need to take my expectations down. I'm going to go with 12. I know this is a doable thing. I am going to try to make it so that it's 12 different trans authors in 2026, which I'm super excited about. And then last June, I had so much fun with my setup where I read the rainbow, and I know a lot of people do this challenge all the time. I didn't get all the colors, and so I wanted to actually try and do that this year as a year-long challenge for myself. And my qualifier is that it does have to be LGBTQ. I can double dip. I'm allowed to double dip, but these are not just covers, match the colors, but that they are representing authors and characters and that kind of thing. So we are supporting and showing our allyship and being loud and proud because our brothers and sisters need us. So read with me. Come on, guys. Okay. This is the buzzword challenge. So I did this last year. I actually did better last year than I've done in many years of trying this. So I love the layout that she does. I just printed these off and cut them and put them on sticker paper. You have the reading challenge where the words have to be in the title. And then you have the cover challenge where these things have to be on the cover. So I love this challenge. I've already read one for this one. So I do have my January cover. I have the book picked out for the title. Okay. And I love these stickers. So I was able to get a door and a window and a mirror and a window and a reader. So there's something on my page. I love how this page came out. I got these stickers from Journal Z last summer. And I've been dying to do this page with these stickers. It came out so beautiful. I love it. So this is how I do the A to Z challenge. I know people do titles and I know people do authors. I read so much middle grade books, and so many of them have a character in the title. And so I do my A to Z that way. So I am looking for a character's name in the title. I just finished one today, and that was Kwame Crashes the Underworld. And so I've got my K, and I can't wait to put the big old title or the book cover in there. I think this looks awesome. So this came out so fun, and I had a lot of fun making it, and I'm delighted. So yeah, they're like Baroque letters that were from Journal Z. I actually bought 3 different ones and it came out so good. I did this one last year. It's very similar to that one. I am able to flip this up and then I'll be able to put the stickers on. I really liked how it came out. I have stickers from last year when I couldn't decide which ones I wanted to use. So I'm going to use those ones this year. And I just color in the state. And then I put the sticker on. And I think I'm going to put the cover with the state this time. So I think it's going to look really good. And I already have a North Carolina and a Wisconsin. So really excited about that. Read the World. I'm really committed. Obviously, that anti-brain rot reading challenge is going to help me with this as well. Looking for reading books that are not only set or the authors are from places, but maybe even translated or set in other countries. And so I shrunk this down. I am very streamlined, and we're just going to do our best and commit to this. I'm passionate about this, but I don't always read it. Okay. I have so many books. I know everybody has so many books. I have so many books. I have books at school. I have books in bookshelves in my room. I have books on the floor. I have books in boxes. I have books. So I'm going to try and stop buying books and read the ones that I have. I'm not making myself not buy books. I'm just really trying to focus on reading the ones that I have. So this was really cool. I found this most this challenge recently, so I am new to it. There were major, like this is a huge bingo board. There was a smaller one, and I'm challenging myself. The book that I read to count here must be older than a year. I can't have bought it within a year. So we are going to do our best to get a bingo. That's my goal, is one bingo. That would be 7 books, 6 or 7 books here. My goal is actually 10 books total from my bookshelf that I know that's a really low goal when you read 80 books a year. So I think I can do more, but we always get distracted by the shiny, bright new things. And I read a lot from the library. So this is making me to shop my shelves. So I like how I did this. So I've got this. I'm going to go to the website, which is beatthebacklist.com. And then I can put the covers here. So it's got a little pocket. That way I'll be able to mark off what I did, put the covers here, and do my bingo board. I think it's going to be fun. Okay. And then here's where my obsession really shines. So I've been doing the 52 book club challenge for several years now, probably 4. And I never finish it. I'm not that kind of reader. I do my best, and if it fits, great, and I'm going to mark them off. And this is the most simplified one I've ever done. I usually buy the stickers. There's a Planet with Stickers does a kind of collab with them and gets the stickers. I find that I don't use the stickers. Like if I show you in here, here's my layout. It's pretty. Isn't it so pretty? I didn't fill a single one in. It's not that I didn't read them or mark them off. I did mark them off because they are on a Google sheet on my computer. And I put them in, and I put which of the challenges all these books fit. And I got really obsessed with that part and then never put the books in here. So instead of spending money on the stickers, and they're very nice stickers, I just did a very simplified version here. The only thing that is not good here is that when I put my book cover on, so for example, this one, I cover up the number. And so I'm going to have to put the cover on and then put the number over top. Maybe I'll just put it in the corner. I'll have a sticker. I don't know. I'll come up with something. So that was the only thing I didn't plan out very well. But I'm excited about that. But we're not done with 52 Book Club yet, because this year, so excited, they did the 52 Book Club side quest, High Seas, for kids, for adolescents. I have already shared this challenge with my book club at school. My students were super excited, the ones in my book club, to try this. I actually need to make some more copies of it so that I can give a few more of my students this, but I'm so excited. It's got levels so the kids can really just do it at their level. So I'm going to challenge myself to this. The one thing that I am going to make myself do is actually stick with, I have to pass a level. So I have to start with Starfish, and then that's my own personal thing. I'm just doing that. The layout came out so nice. I love this. And then I put level 3, level 4. I have these stickers from Chubman and Hub Girl. I mean, this is a dream. I love it. I'm so excited. So yeah, my other rule for myself is they have to be kid books. So I'm reading a ton of middle grade books anyway. So to do this, I have to do them by levels, and I have to do them as only my middle grade or kids if I read a kid book. So I've already read a fantasy book, so I have number 1 done. Boom. Okay. So yeah, you'd think, okay, that's cool, Heather. Yeah, the 52 book club, you did it. You're good. No. Because the girl is crazy. Last summer, because they always come up with a summer challenge too. So I actually have a blank space saved for their summer challenge. So last summer they did a connections challenge. I had so much fun doing this connection challenge. So this is what it looked like for me in the other one. It took me all the way to December, but I had so much fun with it. It was just a delight. And because it's a connection challenge and each book feeds into the next one, I loved this idea. So I just decided to do it again. So this year I'm going to have all year to do it. I know what book is going to be my start one because I actually read Home is Where the Bodies Are, and there's so many words in that title, and the challenge, that's the book you start with. Then it says title shares a word with the previous book's title. So I set myself up really well there because is the are where, I mean, I can find a book. So it's so much fun. And so I turned it into a like game board, and I love how it looks. I love how it came out. I'm very excited to do it. And so, hey, it's my reading journal. I can do whatever I want in it, right? So I'm super excited about that. So, then this is me saving a page. I have been reading so much nonfiction. In fact, my favorite books last year were almost all my nonfiction books that I was reading. And so I'm not going to be able to do the 26 and 26 and 27 and 27 and 28 and 28. Like I'm over that. So I'm going back down to 20. So 20 in 2026 is my challenge. I don't do it the way everybody else does. I don't go to my shelf and like pick out the books that I'm going to read. I would rather like give myself a category and then aim for that. So I'm going to do nonfiction. I'm really enjoying my nonfiction reads, and I already have one to put in here. So yeah. And I got to use my very last giant tree library book house. I loved these stickers. They're giant, guys. And they were in my last reading journal, and I had one left. So it got the space of honor right here. And then I thought I was done, but no. This is the cutest reading challenge. If you play Stardew Valley, I love Stardew Valley. I waste a lot of time on Stardew Valley. I haven't lately, but it is just a really nice, sweet, cozy game. So if you play cozy games, Stardew Valley is just delightful. And so this reading challenge is the Stardew Readathon, and they have these different challenges. They'll have a quarterly right now. So I only know this quarter, which is the spring foraging bundle. And so I put that in, and then there's a Discord, and I'll put the link here if you're interested. And there'll be obviously like summer and fall and winter, but then they're going to have some additional ones. I know I'm going to have to put a tip in, but this paper, I love this paper. So I saved aside some extra sheets. So when it's time to add in, I have some tip-ins to put in. So I'm ready for it. But guys, look at these stickers. Look at these stickers. So my oldest is a fantastic artist. They are talented, they are creative, they're a genius. And they do a lot of art that maybe isn't my style, but it's just phenomenal. It's breathtaking. And when I showed them that they were doing this readathon, I was like, I don't know if you'd want to make stickers. And they're like, I'll make you stickers. So not only did they make me stickers, but they put them in their shop. So let me just show you how cute and adorable these bundles are. I am so excited. So this is the Villager bundle and then the Valley bundle from Stardew Valley. And I'm going to show you all the stickers that are in here. They are called sticker flakes. When I first started doing this, I was like, oh, well, let me figure out where I want them on the page. But this was a ton of stickers between the two packages. So this one is the foraging bundle. So all the cool little things that should be pretty recognizable if you play the game. And this is the pack I used the most of on my end final, page there. But lots of cute things. And then I want to show you the Villager bundle, but I didn't leave myself any room. So I got smart and took all the foraging bundle and put it on one side, and then put all of the villager bundle on the other, so you could actually get a feel for what's in the packages. But aren't they cute? I have the best kids in the world. So this is my talented oldest, and they are with BioLoom Studios, and I'll link that down in the bottom just in case anybody else wants these adorable stickers. That's their studio, and if you like really high quality, cute, darling stickers, yep, my kid's amazing, and I can't wait to do this readathon. It's gonna be so much fun. They have a Discord and everything that I'm on. So that is the last readathon that I'm going to be focusing on for this, unless something else comes up and I can't resist. And then this is my cover page that sets me up for my monthly updates. And I will be putting in January ASAP because I have books that I need to update. And I have the most darling sticker set for that as well. Can you tell I like stickers? So that is my 2026 setup for my reading, and I am so excited and I can't wait. I hope maybe some of these layouts gave you ideas. I know I'm late to the game, late showing up, but I can't wait. I will do just a flip through at the very end of this, so yeah, let's do this.